Chapter 25. Little Girl. Petal Daphne Downing was a little girl lost in the seclusion of grief. Her mother didn't know better than what she had been loosely taught herself. She was unaware of the natural order of life and couldn't see that life had so much more to offer than what she had been exposed to. Little Petal Daphne is hospitalized for severe malnutrition and neglect. The cuts and bruises are treated, but the wounds of neglect will continue to wage a war in her young mind. Petal is resilient and strong. The love she has for life triumphs over any adversities she has survived. Her delicate name suits her nature and way with others. Petal is placed in temporary care while her mother receives help on making better life choices and receives state counseling services for mental, physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. With hard work and time, Petal's mother may someday have a relationship with her daughter, so long lost to her. Petal's father, Pete, left town not because of the publicity, but because of the possible charges of incest, neglect, vagrancy, and being caught speeding. And now, a possible alleged hit and run based on the state of the van he drove. Pete was picked up on the outlying border of Greenville by state police. Chapter 26. Parent. Jolene Asencia lives alone now in a modest studio apartment in an upscale neighborhood. She's hidden away from the hustle and bustle of life. The road has been so long and hard, but she has survived to now thrive. She is the governess of her own life and time now. No more being yanked from home to home. The crushing weight of abuse has been long forgiven of a mother long dead. She holds tight to God's right hand and keeps him constantly before her. He is her stronghold in a worrisome world. Her daughter checks on her regularly and brings her what she needs and desires whenever possible. They enjoy shared smiles, shopping sprees, and chocolate cake with coffee together. These days, she is in good health, with some pain experienced here and there when the occasional rainstorm looms on the horizon. Old injuries still tap her on her shoulders. On those days, she keeps to herself and to her bed. Her Russian doctor is brilliant and treats her with superior care and honor. There is a warm grace to this woman that draws friends and strangers alike. There is no shadow behind her gaze that would suggest the trauma of her childhood and young adulthood. Those events have been strategically placed gently behind her. Chapter 27. Dog. Lily Joy Happiness doesn't speak English very well. She confuses most letters of the alphabet for a B. It could possibly be because of her slightly severe underbite. So long sentences don't really work for her. Example: a water bottle for $1 becomes a bobble, 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 boom, bobble. Her hearing, however, is very acute, like her face. Ha. When she and the little girl are found by the police where the dead bodies are, she growls for the first time, sensing evil. However, she is more protective of her newfound friend, the little girl, and so feels the need to protect her from the police officers. She was unaware that their presence was to assist for once. Her truth remains to this day that firemen are heroes and all else is to be mistrusted. Because of her extreme dislike for the badge, animal control was called in and were then able to assist in collecting Lily. When news broke of the story of a small child and young canine, multiple inquiries were received by the local animal shelter, which housed Lily. They called her Matilda, unaware that she was Lily. Happily, one of the calls came from the Royce estate, and Derek drove down to bring Lily home. It was a home of leisure and plenty, love and luxury, just what a dog like Lily could live a long time with. Chapter 28. Murderer. Ronald St. Evans Jr. feels a great sense of release and an unburdening of his load as he speaks about his days of torment and pain. Years spent in fear of his father and the always present nausea coming with that fear. He has not come to terms fully with the unspeakable abuses he suffered, but the truth is cautiously pried from under layers of his own disbelief in knowing that no, it was not love that he experienced all his life. He is sheltered and protected from the worst criminals in the facility by a group of guys who are near his age and who sympathize with his agonizing story. There is a sense of belonging here that Ronnie has never known. He grew up without friendships of any kind, nor had he known a moment's kindness from anyone. The kids at school bullied him near to death, and the only hints of the remains of love in his memory come from his mother, lost to him in death at age 4. They are haunting memories in a way. A laugh, a certain sweet smell caught in the recesses of his mind. Did his mother keep flowers in the house, as his therapist does now, or was it the smell of flowers he remembers at his mother's funeral? He can't recall. Ronnie smiles a weak smile one day, so long into his stay at DMHC, when his therapist asks him a question. What would you like to do when you leave here? Ronnie smiles. He just smiles. To Jack, for reclaiming her. Kara, for always knowing. Laura, for believing in me. For Johnny Lee, forever.